After 2 days of racing, the leaders are showing their form, but it's still all to play for as we bring you Cows Week, Day 3. Good morning and welcome to the Musto Morning Briefing on the third day of Cows Week 2024. We've had two fantastic sparkling Solent days with breeze in the 15 to 18 knots, which has been fantastic weather. And the question is, what's going to happen today? I'm joined here by Emma Hattersley, the Cows Week weather wizard. Good morning.
Hello, Oscar. Hello.
So the big question is, what's going to happen? There's a completely cloudless blue sky behind us.
Likely to continue, really. We've got a very, very dry easterly flow coming off the continent, so very hot, seeing a maximum temperature today of about 27 degrees, so very nice day for a sailing. Moderate easterly flow, and as we go through the day, we're likely to see some thermal enhancements, and not necessarily a sea breeze, but it's all going to be dragged a little bit more to the southeast and being more kind of 14 to 16 knots in the eastern Solent, and a little bit less consistent, but still 12 to 15 knots in the western Solent.
Awesome, so plenty saleable all across the Solent today then?
Very much so.
So we're expecting any change of direction towards the western Solent then through that thermal enhancement?
No, I'm not too worried about that. The height at which the convection can keep going is all a bit too capped today. So I think most likely situation is that we just continue with this nice easterly, southeasterly through the day.
And so you're promising sun all day then, no clouds?
Oh, a couple of little flat ones.
I'm sure our competitors will hold you to that. Thanks Emma. So talking then about racing with that weather forecast that we've just had, we've got with us Steve Cole. Steve, race director.
Good morning, good morning.
So what does that mean for our white group classes this morning then?
Well, hopefully it means a great day out for the white group and both in classes today. We're going to start from the squadron line. There's a few boats starting on committee vessels. We will race the boats mainly in the eastern Solent, make good use of the southeast forecast. And a decent length race today. The forecast for tomorrow again is not looking as good, so we're going to make the most of the sun and the wind.
So the tide is going to be going out all day, so we're not going to see that classic beat up the shore that we see with the small boats?
We will see a beat up the different shore, and then the plan is that we're going to route the black group boats, or most of the black group boats, at the end in a sort of circle around the back, and they will turn around Gurnard Mark, and then we'll actually beat back along the green to the squadron finish.
Perfect, so we should have some fantastic sights down the green as the day comes to a close.
Yep, hopefully, indeed.
Fantastic. And which classes do you know roughly are starting off the committee boats? Is it just the big boats today?
No, the big boats are all starting off the squadron line today. They've had a couple of days of committee boats. There are, I think, 4 or 5 white group boats, white group fleets starting from the committee boats, and they will start from there, and then once they finish their course, we'll finish on the breakwater line. All I would say today is that if you're coming out of the river, please be aware that the boats will be starting to the east. So, give the other fleets the credit that you would like.
Perfect. Thanks, Steve. That's fantastic. Sounds like it's going to be a good busy day across the harbour entrance here in Cowes. Now, today is Charity Day here at Cows Week, and we sent Lawrence out to go and meet one of the Cows Week charities, the RNLI, last night at the Royal Yacht Squadron.
So Mark, it's good to be here with you on the Royal Yacht Squadron lawn.
Yep.
Second day of Cows Week. Even a bit of sunshine for our sunglasses.
They're absolutely wonderful. I watched us racing yesterday. My son was racing. It looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I know it looked a bit heavy this morning in the sense that was it going to happen, but it did happen. Two days of racing, good racing.
Yep.
It's great start. It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Sun.
I know,
so used
sunshine.
to rain and wind this year. Look around the island.
I know.
The
So tell me about
comparison.
your history with the RNLI. How long have you been involved?
I joined the RNLI here in Cowes when it became the RNLI in 2008 as a deputy. And I took the station over 9 months later.
Okay.
So I've been in charge for 15 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, thoroughly
So
enjoying it.
I've always wondered what it must be like to be in a boat going out to an emergency situation. Adrenaline flowing? I mean, you're nervous? Are you concerned? How does the emotions work?
Yes and no. You can allow the adrenaline to take over, which doesn't help. So since I've been here, I've deliberately slowed the process down. The RNLI does the same. Basically, when we arrive, I will explain what the job is. The crew get kitted, the boat gets put out, and then we all go and stand outside and just repeat to one another where we're going, what we're doing, what communication there is, how many people we need. Do we need a sailor on the lifeboat? Do
Right.
we need a doctor on the lifeboat? Then they launch.
And
So
how
they're all
many
prepared.
sort of calls do you do a month or a week or a year?
We are in the top third of the Isle of Eye. We do roughly 60 a year.
Really?
60, yeah.
60 calls a year and you're in the top 1/3. I mean, I guess we've got a pretty busy waterway.
Yes, but we're also blessed with a lot of lifeboats. There's 13 lifeboats around the Solent.
Is that right?
Including independents.
Right.
There's us here in Cowes. There's Cowshot, literally we can see them.
Yep.
Leamington just up the western Solent, opposite to Yarmouth.
Yep.
Then in the east we've got Pembridge and Portsmouth.
Yep.
And then there's a couple of independent lifeboats that fill in the gaps in between.
Very nice.
Search and rescue sort of Disneyland.
And
really.
what sort of, what is the sort of base, what is the usual call out? Is it a broken engine or is it a man over?
Well,
I mean, is there such a thing?
What's interesting, and this has changed in the last couple of years, a lot of our shouts were just to go and tow people in. I don't say that demeaningly. The reason it needs to be towing could actually be quite serious. But more recently, the Coast Guard are taking that pressure off us by asking if there are other boats in the area that can help. Sailors may have heard this on the radio a lot. So what that means is that we're tending to now get called to people. We're a lifeboat. We're there for the person,
Right.
not the boat.
Right.
We'll help the boat if we can,
Yeah.
but our priority is the person.
Right.
So these days it's more heart attacks. Don't presume because it's a Solent, it's a yacht. We
Right.
never presume that. It could be somebody stuck in the mud at Thorness.
Right.
It could be a kayaker gone missing. It could be a sea angler. It isn't necessarily yachts.
Right.
And I think a lot of visitors don't quite understand that.
Yeah.
Because, and the main reason is sailing safe.
Yeah.
It's undertaken by professionals, a lot of people who do know what they're doing. A lot have been doing it a long time.
Have you seen a decline in, how can I put it smoothly and subtly, a decline in people's risk analysis for themselves? Have you
No,
seen?
not at all.
Not at
No,
all?
I think the message about how to keep safe is well made by different organisations. I think the equipment on sale is much better than it used to be. People have more understanding of protecting themselves and their boats, and that's good news for us. Can't say the same for people who just buy a paddleboard or a kayak
Right.
or a jet ski
Right.
and think, oh, that looks nice, let's just go out.
Yeah.
It's different for us with regular sailors, particularly racing sailors.
Yeah. Well, Mark, thank you. I mean, when I was
you.
regatta director, you and your team were super helpful, and
Thank you.
we attended
Oh,
a
ditto.
few incidents together. So I always appreciated your support, and I know that all of the Cows Week sailors, and particularly the organisers,
Yep.
with lots of risk analysis to do, appreciate everything the RNLI.
Well, we appreciate what's been done for us this year. It's our bicentenary. The Cows Week came in, stepped in very early on and said we would like to support you, and we do really appreciate that. So any support we get from the sailors and their families really does help. It's money in the pot, it keeps us going,
Yep.
and it means we can launch when we need to and come and help you.
Mark, thank you
you,
so
Lawrence.
much. It's very good to catch up with you.
Carry on
and
with a good regatta.
thank
It's
you
good
very
fun.
much. Good stuff.
Lovely, thank you.
That's all for your Musto Morning Briefing, day 2 of Cows Week. We'll see you tomorrow morning at the same time.